Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Elite Racing Network. Coming at you live tonight from Lime Rock Raceway here for the 2022 B Mrs. Goody's Grand National Series. Joining me in the booth tonight is Robert Hill. Robert, what are you thinking tonight, man? We're going to have a lot of wrecks. We had an F1 race here a few weeks ago, and it was basically who was running at the end, got down to just a couple cars. Do you think we will see the same thing tonight?
Yeah, Chris, I definitely think it's going to be an interesting evening here tonight. Obviously, quite a few of these guys are not of the left-hand corner court breaking oval guys, but it's going to be interesting. I think you really have to keep an eye on usuals here: RC Anderson, Ethan Stanley, and a few others. But I think it's going to be a good night here.
Yeah, it should definitely be an interesting night there. As you see the race format, we got a stage on lap 15. They got three sets of tires, 75 laps. Not exactly sure about the fuel window, but it is a very short road course. If you're looking for a reference on the size of this course, it's probably smaller than Portland. If anyone's familiar with Portland Raceway, the Xfinity cars just ran there this year. It's very similar to that in length.
At 1.46 miles, Chris, altitude 500. Quite an interesting track here. And you see on our screen here, there seems to be a little circle on this track. They will not be doing donuts around that. That will not be taking place tonight. But Chris, it is the playoffs here, so I think we should definitely take a look at the playoff point for these guys. And as you see, RC Anderson already locked in victory last week.
Yeah, last week we saw a lot of craziness there throughout that race. So RC's locked in, but everybody else, it's a pretty tight points battle. And coming to a road course, a lot of guys are really stressing this round.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting one. And while we do have a few practice at the as a few left in qualifying, so take a practice and RC Anderson. They're 5/10 second over another Fody right there. Tate Lytle had Frank estimates from our race that there. All those guys you see in pink are our chasers. That top 10.
Yeah, and RC up there trying to make sure nobody else locks in tonight. We will see if he can do it here real quick before we get started. I want to give a shout out to all our sponsors, everyone here at the Elite Racing Network. Chad for all he does. Of course, our wonderful sponsors, Mrs. Goody's Goodies. They have hooded towels, handmade items for babies, kids, you and your home, and you can look them up on Facebook today. Everybody at Blue Egg Marketing. They are the marketing department for small business. And BritzyCam. Britzy is a venture-backed tech company based in Toronto and Boston, and they are on a mission to reimagine the group photo experience. Gone are the days of carrying a tripod or a selfie stick. And of course, TA Services. They have been a trusted domestic and international full service third party logistics provider offering freight brokerage, managed transportation, warehousing fulfillment, and cross border logistics services to shippers around the globe.
Take a look here, Chris. Are getting our pace line up. Let's take a quick look at our grid to see what you guys align at Lime Rock. See on the pole, RC Anderson qualifies Ethan front row there. Tyler Fody in third, Tate Little fourth.
Hang on, hang on.
Yeah,
You can't just pass that. RC nearly half a second. That's 4/10 of a second between him and Ethan Stanley.
yeah, that's definitely quick. There you see difference. RC Anderson. RC is a professional. He does this for a living. Right. They're in third place. Tyler Fody and Lytle. Respectable lap times for them as well. Within 4/10 of a second of our leader. Chad Frankenfield there in fifth. Scott Crump sixth. Latham eighth. Joe Campbell ninth. And Dave in. by. Some interesting names a little bit further down. One of our playoff guys, Trevor Elam, almost 4 seconds off the. Be interesting to see what he.
Well, I don't know Trevor too well, but I do know from previous races at road courses and just some conversations that I've had with him. He is not a road racer. Does not claim to be a road racer. I don't know that he enjoys this too awful much.
Yeah, no, I don't think Trevor's a big fan of these. But he's gonna try to do. Wasn't here last week, playoff open. He missed that one, which caused a little bit of anger amongst some guys around. And so you see some guys racing harder to, but these guys are getting ill here. Chris, who is your pick to take here tonight at Lima?
Man, I think we need to pick. We need to make a rule. We can't pick RC. That's just too easy. What do you agree with me on that?
I will agree with that.
All right. So if we can't pick RC, I will. I'll take Tyler Fody. That's who I'm going to pick here. It's a teammate. It's a guy that seems to have some speed here. That's who I'm going with.
I think that's definitely a really solid pick, but I got to go with the guy that's starting on the outside of the front row there. Always strong on these. Stanley in the car, I think he's going to be one to watch here. Take your pick a ton.
And Ethan Stanley, he ran the F1 race here and was one of the guys running at the end here before we go green. So he does have a lot of experience on this track recently.
As you can see, our starter Barney has the flag in his hand. Green flag, and we are underway.
Heading down into the first turn. Can they survive? So far, so good for the survival.
Back over to laps here. As you can see, 75 laps here. As Chris mentioned, we will have a fun flag on lap 15, so make things
a very clean start. Everybody got through the first turn. It's not always a guarantee.
This spot right here is where things usually get a little sketchy, Chris, on the hill, and it looks like everyone's going to get through quite all right.
Yeah, that's a blind corner coming up that hill, too. You're turning, you're giving it power, you're sliding, and you can't see anything but the sky coming up out of there.
BRC Energy. Stanley currently leading this. Oh, Tyler Fody's doing a nice job staying right there. Tate 5 change, top 5 right now, and they're all doing top. The further back looks like getting a little close here around Gerald Campbell. Pointer known to be aggressive. Yeah, he'll probably show that tonight.
Man, if you would have told me that we were going to get through the first lap clean, I would have lost that bet, because we have seen so many times cautions early in these road course races, and at a place this small, this edgy, they survived the first lap without having to re-rack.
Yeah, that was definitely shocking to see as well. Title here in the number. Not known to be a road course racer, but he's every came here tonight.
Yeah, Tate's pretty good at this stuff, though. I mean, he might not be the best road course racer. Nobody is if RC's in the field. Let me just put that out there. If RC's in the field, that's the best road course racer. But Tate's a guy that always finds himself in the top 5 or 7 here at these road courses. He's very, very solid.
Chris, it looked like we had a wreck in the back there. Justin Vandermeer. We'll take a quick look on the Whiskey Cast region. Happened to hit. If had to just below.
Coming out of the last corner. Oh, that's some tires. Not good tires.
No, absolutely not. But he's able to continue on there. Unfortunate for Justin Vandermeer, but what? He has that fun flag on lap 15. Be able to take advantage of, get back with the field, and hopefully make the RC Anderson. Stanley not letting him get away.
Yeah, Ethan just staying right there with him, waiting to see if RC will make a mistake. That might be a long wait, but it's very easy to make a mistake here, and all it takes is one. It looks like these guys are on the edge of control out here.
Yeah, it's
So one
definitely
mistake.
interesting for sure. See Chad get a little loose there coming up the hill. That's going to be something we'll see all night long. But I want to just quickly point out that gap between Ethan Stanley, Tyler Fote, almost actually 2.5 seconds. That is
Yeah,
top
those two
two
have
are
definitely gotten
motoring.
away. Lots of good racing through this field, though. Like you said, you got RC pulling away a little bit, but you got this battle there, and then you got a bunch of cars there as well.
Absolutely, Gerald Campbell, Latham Jr. there as well. Ethan, oh, here tonight. Ethan Burrell doing a nice job in the top 10. Jesse Rasmus right there as well. Dave, guy right here, Michael Hosek, always seems to find a little extra speed when it comes to these road courses. So I think he's definitely going to be one to keep a little bit of an eye on. Egg a top 10 finish.
Yeah, we'll see. It's
Josh Robin crashed as well. That one up on the Whiskey Cast replay happened to him. Back for the betcha he wheel hops coming off this hill.
just a little bit of grass, a little bit of grass. Oh man, not getting it back.
You know what? I'll wait until I see the end of this thing. Never mind.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a tough deal.
I was gonna say he minimized the damage on that.
And they loaded up and went home. He has left.
Yeah, he has gone away, but look at this now, Chris. Ethan Stanley, 1.5 seconds behind RC. RC found that extra little bit of pace here that we expected. Kind of pulled away a bit.
Yeah, and these lap times are just about what they run at Pocono. So you need to be within about 10 seconds of the leader if you are going to pit before the caution comes out to try to put yourself in front of him.
Yeah, and as you can see on our scoring pylon there, we do have their last lap times. RC Anderson, Stanley's 53. So a little bit of a gap there, almost 0.3 of a second. We'll see what they do this time as our that's the line.
Yeah, and in my opinion, there's only going to be about two guys that are going to be able to pit and get out, and it's going to be Ethan Stanley and Fody. I don't think Chad Frankenfield is 6.5 seconds back. 7 seconds to Tate Light on fifth. It's 10 seconds back to sixth. Those guys would lose a lap pitting. And
Yeah,
we're still 7 laps away.
Looks like Chad Frankenfield having a bit of a blinking issue, Chris. That's something we're gonna have to keep an eye on well as we've lost them.
Beautiful tree right there. That was a beautiful tree.
Stunning tree. The arborists watching this broadcast tonight are excited. The heads up in the back, Michael Klein had down pit road. Not sure if he had an incident or not, but Trevor Ely had an off-track recently. Well, that's one of our chasers that we're going to be watching all night long, and that's definitely not something.
Yeah, nobody wants to wreck or go off track, but it is a road course. So you just hope when that mistake does happen that you don't make it worse by hitting something.
Trevor back there running in the 20th position, up 5 spots. Done a nice job for this. A lot of work to do. Trevor did not get much practice, if any, heading into this thing. So the opening 15 laps is likely just Trevor's practice. Pick it up a little bit later as our switching that lead. Seconds. Almost 6 back to Tyler. 8 seconds back to Chad and Tate. RC's quick.
Yeah, RC has them covered right now, but I mean, I really can't even sell some strategy on this right now. Like, but something's going to have to happen to RC. Like, he's got such a big lead that these other guys are they would pit and go lap down. So it's not even a strategy call that you can make if you're running 10th at this point.
Yeah, it's
Unless
gonna
you
be
stay
tough.
out. Like, maybe you let RC pit and everybody in the field stays out.
Trevor Elam off track in the back. He's struggling to get back out there.
Oh, we got
Like
that Goodman
Dustin
behind him?
Dewar or Michael Goodman?
Dustin Dewar, yeah, maybe.
One of the do good cars. One of the do good cars ain't doing so
Can't
good.
see it real well. It's got all that camouflage on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just saw a floating number out there, and I was like, "Hey."
Parker Bilas. All low to get back up to speed. Tyler Pop was off track there. Had quite a few off tracks. But we will just take a quick run through our top 10. 3.5 seconds there. Then it's 6.5 back to Tyler Fody. Chad Franken seconds back. Tate about 10 seconds back. Gainer back here. Seconds back. Scott Crump there. Well, late winner. Darrell Campbell. Then here's the nice battle here. Ethan Burrell chasing Rasmus. And we still have a bunch of guys right here. Dave Carpenter. Man.
Oh, Gerald's out.
Oh, Gerald.
Doing some landscaping. He's going to hit the wall.
Whoa.
That could have been bad if he would have bounced back on track.
That would have been...
Oh, Gerald's going to get hit by the 4 there. The 4 got down and hit the curb super hard.
Yeah, things are picking up here, Chris. See these guys going through turn number 1 here. Gerald is falling back a little bit. Harrison Hogan's going to try to get by there. Gerald definitely lucky to have a race car. Little battle here. Harrison Talon, Michael Hossack. Definitely nice to see Harrison on track. He's been picked the past couple days here. Nice to see. You guys are about to head up the hill. No, he's lost his voice. I mean, pretty easy to tell. It will close at the end of this lap. Just
They are closed at this point, yeah.
Right, yeah. End of lap 30.
Hey, that bug about losing your voice, though, man, that's going around. I had that last week, I think. Last week or the week before.
Tate's struggling right there. Yeah, it's definitely going around. Fun flag will come at the end of lap 4. Our goal here. Out one and a bit to go here as RC will take lap 4. An eye on Barney there. Just know, like, but yeah, with a guy like Harrison Talon, he does like to yell a lot, so I don't necessarily know that it is a bug. But glad to see him back here.
So you have dodged that bullet so far, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I have not gotten sick. Oh, I'm hearing it's your fault, Chris. Harrison.
It's my fault. How are you hearing that mid-race?
A doctor just chimed in, said it was a kissing.
I have not been kissing Harrison.
We'll have more on that tonight at 11. For now, we are racing to the fun flag.
Yeah, is it going to come out this time or next time?
I believe it should come at the end of this lap.
Yeah, right here we are. Caution is out. RC, Ethan Stanley, Tyler Fody, Chad Frankenfield, Tate Lytle, Jay Canor, Scott Crump, Lathan Joyner, Ethan Burrell, Jesse Rasmus, top 10.
Yeah, so this actually was not a stage for points, as far as I understand, Chris. I believe this is just to re-rack and re-back. stay competitive. As you see Barney, I'm surprised his arm's still on there with how far he's waving that. I think pit road's about to be busy.
They may delay this pit road opening because, I mean, RC was way out there.
Yeah, as you can see, Marker Bylis, Justin Vandermeerl, and Dustin are just coming now. That start finish line. Looks like Michael Klein, Josh Robin have both race. Jonathan Cutlet start. Like we have 24 cars currently racing. Actually, wondering, Trevor Elam just had another off track under caution.
It looks like they are going to go ahead and open pit road as well. Very tricky pit road to get onto here. As you can see, it's got a little S curve.
Everyone does appear to be coming down pit road. Like you mentioned, it is a tough pit road entry. Chris, we just had a crash. Justin Vandermeerl.
Man, why you got to do that to the man? He's crashed under yellow, and you got to talk about it here on the broadcast?
My teammate, if he messed up, I got to give it. Justin Vandermeerl, exactly what's going to happen here. Coming up the hill.
Look, I'm pretty sure he got hit right there.
Oh, by a ghost. Casper hit him. RC Anderson wins the race off pit road.
Allison. Big picture story here. Tyler Fody speeding in pit road.
Oh no, that's devastating. No, Tyler definitely has pace to get back up there. It's just, it's going to be tough having to go through others that do not have Tyler Fody. Very badly falling to the...
Yeah, and here real quick before we go green, I believe you have a commercial break here for us, right?
Absolutely, we will go to commercial break here. Hear from our partners at TA Services. With
And welcome back to Lime Rock as we get the one to go here. Couldn't do this without all of our great sponsors, everybody here at Elite Racing Network. Dave does everything for us here at the ERN. Of course, Chad putting on the league and doing a race every night of the week, it seems like. I know we've got Xfinity tonight, we had trucks last night, we've got IndyCar on Friday, we've got Cup on Wednesday, so if you like racing, Elite Racing Network will probably have it and have something you like.
Absolutely, and we are in the heat of the playoffs, and every Rock regular season ended last night and had some guys that really worked hard to get their way into the playoffs, able to snag those last few spots, even though they were really far out heading in. Finale, I'm talking about Tyler, a guy named Robert Hill. They did a good job last night, and you know what? It's gonna be one hell of a playoff season. All series are seeing line up on road with Ethan Henley. He had Frank Field title. Got Trump running top 5. Jesse 6th. Ethan Burrell up in, didn't even know he was here. There. Matthew Wheat, Latham Joyner, and Dave Carpenter. Top 10. Target. Send it down to Barney. Get us underway once again.
Yeah, and it's the outside lane here is what RC has picked for this restart. We'll have to keep an eye on Fody. Trying to come from the back as we get the green.
Look at that dive right there.
Oh, Gerald Campbell. Deep down into the corner, but he makes it work. Oh, we got the 71 off doing some landscaping.
turning into a lawnmower right there.
Yeah, he's really taking good care of that grass out there.
Head over to the hill, just take a look. You guys are working their way up.
Everybody did do 4 and fuel right there.
Take a quick look here. Tyler Foley making his work seen here as he's battling side by side with it's definitely a lot further back than Tyler Fody right now, but no, he's gonna.
Yeah, he was just a little bit too fast on pit road.
It does happen from time to time. Hey, that's it's all part of the game. Back
Yeah,
up
and
front.
there's not a worse place to lose track position though than a road course on a caution like that.
But you're definitely right on that, Chris. It's tough. Definitely on these roads. Like I mentioned, guys are not. You bring them to it. Definitely adds a little extra. Like Tyler Digger, Brandon Ultra.
Oh, little jam up right in front of him.
Marker Bilas has crashed in the back. We'll take a look on the Whiskey Cast replay. Happened. Jesse Rapp also off track. Back. Actually up in the front. Top 10s. Oh, Marker Bilas, he'll hop into the tires.
Ugh, such a tough hit.
I do want to point out Jesse was off track for cast replay. Oh,
15 seconds. Is there a Wendy's drive-thru out there somewhere?
I don't know what Wendy's you're going to. Ours is definitely longer than 15 seconds. 15 minutes. Oh, that's just off turn 1. Give Jesse into the tires
right there.
there.
He's waiting on his Baconator right there.
They had to get him the fresh bacon.
Yeah, he would have went to McDonald's, but their ice cream machine was not working.
Did ever?
I've never seen it work.
People don't even believe that McDonald's has. I never get it.
Tyler Fody has climbed up to P16 here.
I'm gonna actually correct you there. Tyler's now up to 15.
Look at that. I gave him one less spot.
Good job.
Yeah, he's digging hard here.
Next up,
They are right on the edge of their fuel window right here, too. Oh, we got Ultra around. Oh, man. He's not going to hit anything unless he really messes up here.
Oh, Jesse.
Yeah, repeatedly saying his name is going to help him miss it.
Oh man, that was a little scary. As Brandon Ultra, when he joined the field back in 23rd, that was a little scary for Jesse Rapp. As we look through the field, a little bit of a battle here for the 7th. Oh, we have Brandon Ultra back off the track once again.
Somebody just went down pit road. Oh my goodness. That's a casualty.
Well, you know what? Mark, we're going on board. Mark drives for covered bridge. It's more like closed casket today.
Yeah, he kind of just did this on his own. Look, he did not need to do that. This was a I'm done with this race type of move is what this was.
Mark Rabilas. That was brutal, Chris. That was brutal. Go back up front.
Oh, we've got the 13 down here in the first turn. Is he okay? He might be okay.
He's okay, but the battle's on behind him there. Is Michael Hossack and battling for 6. Tyler Fody. I'm up. Hot. Next up for him is our good friend Harrison Fowler. Everyone's good friend.
I don't know Harry that well, so
full
Not
lap.
as well as you were insinuating earlier, anyway.
Dustin Doroff. Oh, Jesse. Oh no, everything's in front of Jesse today.
I think you and Jesse might know each other pretty good. Was there a
Fascinating.
song written about you and Jesse?
Talking about Jesse's girl, I guess.
No, I was thinking of something else. I think it was an old Kenny Rogers song, "Daytime Friends, Nighttime Lovers."
And back to Lime Rock. Tyler, well, you can see a hill there, but as you can see, Tyler Fody gone past Harrison Allen. Tyler up now running down White. Fody making the pass.
Wyatt not going to give him
Contact.
extra room. Little bit of body contact on there.
Wyatt now gonna back out of that. I don't think he really had much space. Tyler Fody, spot ahead of him here at. Gonna run off the track and back on in the back. But Anderson.
Trevor's apologizing about something. He said sorry. It's Goodman's reblending. Oh, there's somebody else out there beside. There's Trevor. I'm not sure who Trevor was apologizing to, unless he's apologizing to like the grass that he's running over. I didn't see anybody else out there.
Take a look here. Trevor Elam in the 29.
Oh man, he tried to get stopped by using that 44 machine.
Goody did a nice job there, Chris.
Yeah, great save by Goody. Trevor's still out there, really running hard out there in the grass.
Trevor's definitely out there. He's a great fella. Not a road racer. Battle here for the 5th position. Scott Hell been joining us tonight in the 37 minute down the Scott behind them, Matthew Brooke Campbell. He's been involved in quite a bit tonight, and he's back up in 9th. Go, Tyler Fody on that backside. Oh, that is not Gerald Campbell. Hayner.
How many cars is Gerald driving out here tonight?
All of the cars.
Look, I know that we've talked about it a few times, but I'm going to keep harping on it because I think it's a pretty big deal. Scott Crump getting his internet fixed. These boys better watch out in this run to the playoffs because Scott Crump with solid internet, stable internet, that's something I would not want to be up against here in the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, that's definitely a great point, Chris. I pointed it out a few weeks ago. Might have been to you. That Scott Crump is one of the strongest drivers in a league. He can sort out his internet, which he has. He's going to be a contender every week. Definitely going to be one to watch in these playoffs.
And he was the best car. He was the best car last time we were racing in the Xfinity Series last week. Yeah. In my opinion, he got robbed right there last week.
Yeah, there's definitely no doubt about that. He's tough. One heck of a glance just built here. A couple guys having a night. A couple guys really just staying where they were. Tate, Gerald off track in the back.
What's going on here with Fody? There's Gerald.
Pull that one up on the Whiskey Cast replay. It looks like Fody off the.
Wow, look at Fody pull out. Tell you what, that is going for it.
Didn't work, but he went for it.
I mean, he gained the spot.
True.
Didn't lose it back.
Yeah, kept it. That spot, that's. Oh, one back there.
What do we call it? We call that licking the stamp and sending it, right?
Oh, he licked that stamp and sent it, that's for sure. There. Off the hill. We're going to see that all throughout this thing. We're a few laps away. Looks like it might heat up a little bit. The Hossack on the. Oh my god! Grabbed a big piece of that curve.
Trying to run right down there and make something happen.
Ultra off track right there. Back on. Back here. Battle is between Tyler Pop and Hossack spot.
Now, when do you think we're going to see pit stops? Because they were about 7 to 12 laps outside of their window, depending on how you shift, how you use the brake, how everything, kind of works out. Do you think we are closing in on that pit stop now? Do you think they'll wait until later?
Justin Dewar mowing the lawn right there. Chris, I definitely think we may see pit stops fairly soon. That was really close, actually. R.C. Anderson was coming up on Dustin Dewar as Dewar was merging back onto the track after his lawn-cutting excursion there. But I definitely do think we're going to see stops soon. These guys are going to want as much time as they can get to work their way. If I'm RC or someone like that, I'm going to stay out as long pull away. You might see a guy like Ethan Stanley try to undercut and see.
Hey, I'm just realizing one of our playoff drivers is not even here tonight. We do not have David Tooker.
Yeah, and you know what, Chris? David not being.
Oh, the 13's around the 71. Might have got a piece of him over here. It's in the blind corner. Oh, and the 13's sideways the other way now. Cars are dodging him here.
Yeah, we're going to take a look on the Whiskey Cast replay.
Oh, the 44 and the 13 now. Wow.
We'll take a look on the Whiskey Cast replay. Having a Tyler Pop. Like he was side by side with Wyatt. Side by side, side inside, just about there. Yeah, looks like guys going for the same spot. Wow, David Carpenter.
Now that scenario right there and that corner the way it is why I would have a hard time short pitting, because they would have no choice but to throw the yellow if somebody gets sideways, stops right there, gets hit. That's such a blind corner and such a tight corner.
Anderson getting by Brandon Ultra. Yeah, Chris, you're definitely right there. That would likely see a caution there. It's very blind. Battle's on right here. Oh, actually, that's not a battle. That's bad getting by Dustin. And now that we're getting into the lap traffic, it's going to make things a lot more interesting. Look just ahead of Anderson there. I don't know if you saw it, Gerald. But as I was saying, just ahead of R.C. Anderson, there is a bunch of lap cars. If we can get off of his up ahead, I count 3 or 4 lap cars that R.C. should be catching shortly. That could dictate hits as well. Try to make a buffer between.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it all works out and when they decide to pit. But like we were talking about there before the race kind of got crazy for a second, David Tooker not here tonight.
Yeah, David Tooker, a road course racer, races the road courses in real life. So the fact that he's not at Lime Rock, thing that interesting. Typically, he's a guy that loves the, and usually it's tender every time we come here, or anywhere.
Yeah,
but
I haven't heard anything about it. Have you?
No, I was actually talking with David Tooker earlier today on Snapchat. Was supposed the fact that he's not like a the heads up. Tyler Fogarty still there in the top 10. Trying to run down Garrison. Gap is getting shorter and shorter. Oh, Tyler Fogarty.
Yeah, he's just hoping for a caution now.
All you can really hope for, Chris, is caution. I mean, this might get interesting here. I'm just trying. Carpenter.
Are you just saying it's going to get interesting because Trevor's around him?
Yes.
I was going to say, hey, at least you're honest. I'm not going to lie about it, dude. Back at Coda, Was it this season or last season? Trevor
Goody
was
is
the
off
show.
track.
Trevor was 100% the show. He had 100 incidents in the race at Coda.
So typically for me, Michael Goodman rejoined there. For me, Chris, I listen to the race broadcast in one ear as I race. Try to hear if different or if maybe there's some strategy that the broadcasters have picked up on. And all I remember from that Coda race actually ran fairly well. There was heated messages of, oh, Trevor Elam and Jeff Green into each other. Elam, Jeff Green, Trevor Elam, Jeff Green. It was repetitive as we see Justin Vandermeer coming down pit road. Hot, I believe. Final pit stop of the day. Justin had some issues. Well, a little bit off seat. Him. But yeah, it was just
We had a Trevor
repetitive.
watch that race. All right, we have to give a shout out to our producer of that race. I believe we had Gavel, and he was keeping us well aware of the incidents that Trevor was piling up. So once it got up there towards close to 100, we had the incident watched. Basically like a countdown to 100.
I believe he finished around 130. Maybe completely wrong on that.
Incredible to have that many incidents and still be running.
Yeah, I mean, he kept his car on one piece. So, or well, probably lost a few. He finished with one piece of the track.
And I believe he finished well that race. I think he had he scored a top 15, I believe.
Yeah, I do believe so. I mean, might have been 13th potentially. Field, I think Justin Van called it a day.
Tell you what, that battle with
One
Trevor,
car.
we're back to Trevor here. It's really tightening up.
Yeah, we'll head back up to our camera here. Trevor makes that pass on Dave Carpenter, pulling Jesse Rasmus.
Jesse said, I'm coming too.
Jesse's sending it right there. They're chasing down White Canadal for the spot. You're a guy like Trevor Elam missed the first race playoffs. Head off into definitely gonna be something to watch throughout. Trevor Deuce strategy, try to jump it. Gain. I don't know if anyone has anything for RC. Something.
And this lap right here is going to be halfway. We are halfway in the race.
Yeah, you're right on that. As you see RC go by Tyler Pop. That is just to put Tyler lap down. Tyler running. Or is currently on the lap in this.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us here on the Elite Racing
Battle's
Network,
on, Chris.
We are live from Lime Rock here. It's been the RC show so far. But this is the Mrs. Goody's Goodies Xfinity Series here. Grand National Series, live on the Elite Racing Network. Mrs. Goody's Goodies has hooded towels and handmade items for babies, kids, you, and your home, and you can look them up on Facebook today. Everybody at Blue Egg Marketing, they are the marketing department for small business, and Brintsy Can. Brintsy is a venture-backed tech company based in Toronto and Boston, and they're on a mission to reimagine the group photo experience. And of course, TA Services. And we showed their commercial just a little bit ago. If we get another caution, or maybe at some point we'll be able to show that commercial again. But right now, let's head back to the track here, getting ready for the final pit stops of the race. It's getting a lot of cloud cover here, Robert. Lap time should come up.
Yeah, cloud coverage is going to make things a little bit different. Might make it a little thick corners. So
what's going on here?
Oh, as Harry goes off. Brandon Ultra also off here.
Yeah, I just heard the radios lighting up there, and I just wasn't sure what was going on.
Take a look.
Fody is up to Ethan here. Ethan just gives way pretty easily.
A quick gander on the Whiskey Cast replay. Brandon Ultra just clips the grass. Goes across right in front of Scott. That would have been scary.
Would have been. I bet Scott Crump is going to need some toilet paper after that.
Scott Crump may have taken a panic Something that rhymes with Trump there. Tyler Pop has his pit stop there. Yeah, yeah, it is dark.
Is there rain in the area?
There is not rain yet, but oh my. Just see that?
Did I see what?
The amount of lap cars just ahead of RC.
Well, we need something exciting to happen. Let's go.
Oh my.
I think one of them's Trevor.
If you take a look here, RC Anderson on the left side of this track map up here is marked with number 1. Look at that gaggle right there. It looks like 12 through about 8 just ahead of him. They're
Well, I
just
hope
going
they're
up the
fighting.
hill now.
Let's create some chaos. Trevor's in there. Trevor better not give way. Trevor better race him.
Just a heads up, Ethan Stanley has hit pit road. That is our second place runner. Pit road.
Let's
How long
see how
he's
he
on there.
blends,
Harrison
and if he can blend
Allen
into
is
your
off
track.
track here. Here comes Ethan.
He's going to blend in front of the leader. He's going to blend in front of the huge deal there to get some clean track. He did not get stuck behind those cars.
Did not. Here comes RC. Take a look at that pack, though. Carpenter. Asmus Trevor. Mike Canadian. Head of them, Michael Hossack. Allen. Harrison's gone off, I believe, the last 2 laps in a row. Something to keep an eye on. He's right here. Carpenter. Coming up to the hill. So an entry. And Burrell coming down pit road now. But he'll come 7th. Keep an eye on a couple guys. Maybe you can move Ethan Stanley back into the top 10. Stanley back in. Watch for RC Anderson over a couple laps to down. Idle, you make him down this time. Or a guy like Matt off of that pro edge strategy. Well running.
It's just so risky to put yourself a lap down, especially if you're a playoff guy. This isn't a typical road course. You get lapped here when you pit.
I want to point out Ethan Burrell, 1 lap down, came ahead of Idle, running in 2nd.
But that's 8 seconds behind the
Tyler
leader.
Pop has just crashed. Latham Joyner coming. Ethan Stanley did briefly go off track there.
The 13's right in front of the leader here, trying to get blended back.
Tyler Pop right here. Coming up on these lap guys in a moment. Joyner there. Wyatt Knable has come down pit road. Tyler Pop's going to, well, that's a good move by him. He had some, want to mess up here too much. Latham coming out right behind the leader here. Hit strategies. Art making 8 stays out. Chad out. Goddard Matthews this time. Look, Tyler Fody just top 5 right now. Back up to 6th. He's going to make a move on Matthews. Moment now. Try to get back into the top 5. So Tyler Fody.
Ooh, Matthews
weeks
making
to
a
the
move
inside.
front.
You got to keep an eye on these guys. They are what I would call rivals, Chris. Scott Crump, Matthew, not get along. They care for each other too much, so expect too much space to be given to.
Yeah, and I think Fody's probably a top 3 or 4 car, so he's
has
pretty patient.
Great speed right now.
RC is on the pit.
RC has pit. On pit road, we'll go back to this here. Title, new leader Scott Crump. Chad Frankfield should go up to 2nd. Scott Crump 3rd. RC. You guys will see. RC. Fox. Back up the right side of his car. Tyler Fody looking at Matthew.
Let's see where RC blends in relation to Ethan Stanley. That was a 4-second gap.
RC Anderson, right here. There's Ethan Stanley.
So tires meant nothing.
They have an 8-second difference. And an Ultra did go off track just a go, guys. Painter, Campbell, Trevor,
Tyler
Carpenter,
Fody
Tate
just got around
Lytle.
Matthew
Tate
Weeks.
Lytle down pit road. Tyler Fody up to third here. Again, at Frankenfield will right about will now lead this lap. Here got Crump
No, he did not. Chad did not lead that. Tate beat him across in the pits.
and 4-8 is still well. Now Chad's the leader, but Chad not too far ahead of Scott Crump. Tyler Fody, Matthew top 5, Arson 6. Tate Lytle, nice pit stop for him, comes out right behind him.
Did Chad Frankenfield spin out down there in turn 1?
Chad did not spin out. Have no reported Chad what's.
I feel like he lost a ton of time towards Scott Crump down there in turn 1.
I think Chad may have had a checkup. Latham back on pit road. May have spent. Get confirmation that. Gonna fall a lap down here.
Chad, these guys all continue to stay out.
Bodie just hanging it out there. Chad Frankenfield stays out. Scott Crump, other. R.C. Anderson back up into the top 5 now as he gets around Garrison Hogan.
Fody gets around Crump.
Tyler back up to second. Tyler has a piece here. He can make his strategy work, or if he gets a caution, helps him out a little bit. Tyler Fody's going to watch the laps of this.
RC's coming up behind these guys, so if a caution does come out, RC probably won't pit. But yeah, like you said, Fody needs a caution just to be able to restart up in the top 5 or 6. The odds of a caution as they run though are slimming, but there are still packs of cars, and all it's going to take is somebody to spin out in the front of one of these packs. And
Tyler's here comes Matthew Weeks hitting from the 4th spot. RC Anderson now up to 4th. Matthew locks it up. Yes, he Rasmus. Like we have 12 cars on this at number. Henley battling.
oh, Harrison's wrecked over here.
Allen wrecked in the final corner. Come back on. Harrison's up there on the lead. Long pit stop for Matthew Weeks. 40 seconds on pit road.
Tyler Pop has left. I'm not sure if that's newer from earlier. There's it. Change for the lead.
Tyler Fody, race leader. Chad
And
Frankenfield comes down. That was late.
Chad, wow.
Scott Crump also coming down pit road here. Tyler Fody is your race leader currently. Only separating him right now is Dustin. Middle of him. RC doing a nice job here. Has been strong as he always is on these roads. I'm so impressed by the drive of Tyler Fody. He was like 8, I believe it was when back going after speeding on pit road. And if he turns it over by going down pit road, which everyone has to be impressed by the drive of Tyler Fody.
Yeah, if I'm Tyler, I'm going to try to fight him and pit. I'm trying to keep him behind me by the time I get to pit road.
Absolutely. You are 100% correct on that. Tyler Fody has to push it. He has to make RC work. Tyler Fody coming down pit road right now. RC back to the title up second. Garrison Hogan in 4th. 5th. Actually, he most likely will 4th. Hogan comes down pit road. Michael Hossack doing a job out. I'm gonna double check and see.
Yeah, right now our pit stuff is all over the board. I'm very
Michael
curious.
Hossack has not pit lap 15. Anybody else? Actually, Harrison Talon. Else. Not see any more pit stops aside from that. Michael Hossack. Or rate or chaser.
And one thing that happened here is Tyler Fody gave the spot back to the 11 and the 15 by pitting a little bit later.
Absolutely. Tyler Fode still in the 8th position. 25 to go. Has switched over amount of laps in the so he has as good of a peak saw early. Definitely back up into the top 5, even top 4. Got to remember Chris Michael Hossack yet to pit. Not coming. Gonna be close to being out though.
Well, these guys could run to about 10 to go. So, I mean, he could stay out there another 15 laps, probably.
Allen off track. Gone. Still has a bunch of lap cars ahead of him. Tate Lytle also mixed in traffic here. Just behind him, Lathan Joyner. Oh my gosh, look at that out front. Fun. On the note, Lytle looking to the head of Lytle. Like Brandon Ultra Jesse Rasmus ahead of them. Gonna pass Wyatt on the left here. Wyatt will tuck back in. Battling Latham for that first spot 1 down. Do some. Also, I will just point out, Michael still on track now, back to 7th. Next up is Tyler Fode passing him. Fode up to 7th. 6th, Chad Frank 50, 4th. In a gaggle of lap cars here. Stanley there going by Dave Carpenter. Carpenter 1 lap down. Lytle in 2nd. And Percy Anderson by Michael Goodman by 9 seconds.
And one thing to point out here, Ethan Burrell is up to 4th, and he pitted way before everybody else. So he was able to jump all those guys. We will see if he can hold them off, as Chad is right on him.
Ethan Burrell pit lap 41, Chad Frankenfield. And lap diff on tires. Definitely makes a difference. Michael Hossack now has...
Oh, Matthew Weeks and Tyler Fode behind him.
Oh!
Matthew Weeks took a shot at him. It looked like Fode was underneath Weeks, and Weeks just turned in like he wasn't there.
Pull that one up on the Whiskey Cast replay, Chris. See what happened. Matthew,
Yeah.
Tyler Fode, Matthew coming over, not giving Tyler the space. Tyler just sticks
he
with
was
it.
there a long time before the corner, and Matthew just turned in.
Matthew
and then
comes back. It'll be interesting to hear what Race Control's take is on that. Right, obviously it didn't bring out a caution, but they still have to look at incident. Dustin Groff in the background there. Now with that incident, it changed things up a little bit. RC Anderson, it'll Hanley another 2 seconds. Well, 5th. Tyler Fode looking to the inside here in just a moment on Tyler Fode. On Ethan Burrell, sorry. Tyler running 6th. Got Crump 7th. Matthew 10th. And Harrison Talon just outside that top 10. As you see Harrison go down there. So that means cars on the lap here. 21 lap to go at line.
Yeah, down to 10, but there's a few right out in front of him. A few still haven't pitted.
Tyler Fode gets by Ethan Burrell, so Fode up in top 10. Like I said, Tyler Fode, he has a piece if he's given the opportunity. Counts.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that last incident, what Matthew thought was going to happen there. I understand racing the guy, but it's pretty clear Fode is probably the 3rd or 4th fastest car here, and he had position. I mean, Fode, you have to know Fode's not going to let you turn across his nose when he's down there well before the corner. So I just don't understand that right there. I mean, Matthew Weeks isn't in the playoffs. Maybe he thought he could take advantage of Fode there, or just take the chance on turning down. But not a wise move there, especially when the guy establishes that he's there to your inside or to your driver's right,
Yeah,
well
it's
before the corner.
definitely all there. Definitely be interested in your decision making. Uh,
Oh,
not
the 70 is off up here in the blind corner is might be okay.
Yeah, Jesse Rasmus able to continue on here. Lytle does get by him here behind him as well. That battle is going to heat up a little. For the 12th spot, it might seem like they're far from the leader. They're battling for the 12th.
Yeah, this race not having these cautions on a short track like this, RC is he's got a big lead there. He could lap up to he's going to lap up to 8th probably easily.
As we look, Jake Hayner's just up around the bend here. Harrison Hogan not far ahead of him. Matthew Weeks a bit away, but still possible. RC to get up to. RC driving at a
Yeah,
got
and
almost a
he's not
12-second
slowing
lead.
up.
Absolutely. Not slow. I believe last lap he was 10 quicker than Tate Lytle. Oh, like you said, he is ever. Look here, third place Ethan Stanley coming up on another group of lap cars. Looks like we had an instant back with Michael Goodman, Jesse Rasmus. Take a look on the Whiskey Cast replay, see what happened between them. That actually was not a battle for cars in a wreck here. Might have been two separate incidents, to be honest.
Yeah, this 70 is that's from earlier, I believe.
Yeah, no, you're right on that one. We'll take a look at Mike.
It's not been a good night for the do good cars.
No, they forgot the good and do good tonight. I mean, they're probably having a good time. Struggle. What we're gonna
Latham and Gerald
do?
just about made some contact there. Wow.
Yeah, things are getting close here. You know, Latham likes to be a bit aggressive here. What we'll do when RC gets around to line here, do a lap in car with him. That's like around hit the car here.
I hope he knows and really gives us 110% this next lap.
Absolutely. Right on board with RC Anderson. What's crazy to me, Chris, is RC's going like very slow in these corners, but he's still pulling away.
It's amazing to me how much he's turning the other way.
It's
Like that lack of
very
grip out there, and he's just doing it every time.
definitely something we're gonna have to ask him about if things finish the way they do, and have to ask about that lap, lap around Lime Rock with RC.
A lap around Lime Rock strapped to a rocket. That's what that is.
Absolutely. Yeah, go a little bit further back in the field. Harrison Callan was up just outside the top 10, now back in 18th. Oh, good for Harrison. Probably not what he was hoping for. L's right there. So Harrison's actually sticking with them. So going a little. Whoa, Scott get.
I believe we might have just had a change at 4th place.
Battle.
Oh, yeah, a battle. Here we go. Yeah.
Right here, Chad Frankenfield, Tyler Fody, our chasers. battling here for that fourth spot. Up behind their Tyler Fote charge. Look at the air underneath the nose. Did you see that, Chris?
Yeah, I don't know how these guys are able to stay on the track every lap.
They like jump that thing. Tyler's quick here though. He's gonna get a little bit of a draft, and hopefully he doesn't send it into turn one. We've seen that with him.
Just drives right up to the back, says, "Look how good I can get down in here. Just be aware." Just putting some pressure on Chad as they come up to a lapper here.
For 32.
He gives way to everybody.
Harrison Hogan off track there. 9th spot. Back up to battle between. Goody gets a little off the hill.
And there are only 9 cars on the lead lap now.
The last car on the lead lap is Garrison Hogan. There's RC right in the background. Coming. He got Hogan, Weeks, Trump not too far ahead of him. Off Week. 7 seconds actually. I think must have happened a week. RC so fast, Chris.
He's fast everywhere, but especially at these road courses.
You know, we can't take away from a guy like Tate Lytle. He's known as being more of a road course guy, or an oval guy, sorry. Not a road course guy, and he's doing a great job here. Running in second, everything he can. He's currently between 2 road course guys, and Stanley and RC Anderson. Holding his own there. Kudos to Tate for that. I mean, if you look through this top 10, there's a couple guys that really aren't known for their road. Actually, most of these guys are not known for road course racing, Chris, and they put on a good show.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting when we go to these off-the-wall kind of places here. For every once in a while, Chad takes us somewhere very unique and somewhere that you never really think about going in a stock car. And this is one of those places. And Chad himself right now is still holding on to 4th place in front of Tyler Fote.
Absolutely, and we'll
They
actually
get to a couple more lap cars here.
Ben and Ultra and Michael Goodman ahead of them.
And they're going to go side by side.
They're going to battle right here. Ultra going to get out of the way. That almost got a little sketchy. Dad's going to be able to do. What we'll do right now, Chris, is we'll take a quick run through the field. Out and run and give them a bit of time. On a road course where they may not have the opportunity to, as you know, and as you know, all night long, in 50 machines. Behind him, another Pro Edge machine. 21 Savage Autosport, actually. Tate Lytle in the number 2 car. Running. Stanley from Quantum Esports in the racing. 4th just ahead of Lake Norman Motorsports. Tyler for Pro Edge Racing. Trump, number 11 Pro Edge Racing. Hogan, independent, driving his number 4 machine. Running out the 10. Got everyone else is still running. Trevor Elam, Asimus, 12th. Latham Joyner, got Crumbs. Campbell, we've seen him in a few. Dave Carpenter, 5th. Michael Hossack in 16th. Covered by Canado for up there. Allen, car. Michael Goodman for Ultra Racing in 20th, and I believe rounding out the field. Tyler Pop, Justin Vandermeer, Parker Bilas, Michael Klein, and Josh Robin have all called.
Yeah, I'm still just watching what I think is the best battle on the track, Chad Frankenfield and Tyler Fody. Battling for fourth. Tyler cannot make the move.
As you see, battling very hard here. Actually, as you see, guys are battling Fody on his rear bumper now. Frankenfield gets him a little.
Yeah, Chad's really struggling trying to stay in front of Fody here. Chad's Chad might want to consider letting Tyler go and not risk hurting himself, but he does have room behind him to make a mistake. If he were to do a quick 360 or make some big mistake and go off, he's got plenty of room to blend back.
This is a heck of a battle for sure. You know, it keeps heating up and off as we go on through this race. At Frankenfield and Tyler Fody have their strengths and track. Definitely see it, but Tyler Fody has the stronger car right now. That opportunity.
Oh yeah, Fody's definitely faster. Chad's just doing enough. Chad's over slow in these corners, over slow in the middle, trying to not let Fody get a run off the corner. Look how defensive Chad's break is getting here too. Chad's moving over on the straightaways, trying to be very defensive.
See these two battling quite hard here. Fody's gonna do his ending once again into turn one. He's very good at outbraking Chad here. Able to gain a couple tenths time they get into that Tyler has the opportunity. Chad might be a little bit stronger through a couple of these tighter turns here, but Fody able to maximize his opportunities at rates.
Well, right here is where I think Fody's really good at getting the car.
Fody's very good right here, and what he's doing is getting close enough to Chad to be able to upset the balance of that car just a little bit. Chad seems to lose time. At currently 11th spot, he on.
Ooh, Chad missed the bottom down there. This is as close as we've seen it. Chad's really going to get defensive here.
Tyler Fody side by side. What are you going to go for the crossover here? Oh.
I'll tell you this. Chad just gave the okay to get hit right there, in my opinion. When you pull over like that, you drive this defensive, you are giving the other guy the okay to give you a bump. Not to wreck you, not to send you fireball deep anywhere, but just to give you a nudge.
Absolutely. That's something that we're definitely going to see. Fody's most likely going to be able to gain the same as he did there. He's very strong right now.
Yeah, if I was Fody, I would try to get close right here, and in this long, flat sweeper, I would try to just get right to his bumper and give him a bump right there.
Are going to be coming to 4 to go next time by.
Ooh,
They both
Chad's
get a little
really
loose there.
Just chops him. Wow, Fody has really done a good job to this point, not wrecking.
We do have a crash in the top 10. Oh! Kristen Hogan, that looked like Dustin. Firewall deep there.
Oh, Fody's really close here on the back section.
Yeah, driving the mystery machine. It's a mystery because no one knows where he was right there. Tyler Fody doing a heck of a job here coming. Go.
Fody's just so much better than Chad right now.
Coming up on a lap car here. I think the fight is going to be side by side once again. It's all going to depend where Wyatt goes here.
And the 71 is off over there as well.
Carpenter's off. Doesn't affect this battle whatsoever. Maybe a quick you, RC Energy. Oh, title right there as well. 11 seconds back.
Wyatt not
On
letting
here.
these guys go.
I playing hardball here. This might get interesting though.
Something has happened with the 90. I'm not sure what. Can't really leave this battle though.
I'm gonna watch as we get into this to see how much Tyler Fody up. That is a heck of a charge right there. Gained a Chad ton into that corner.
Yeah, I'm very curious how this battle's gonna shake out. Down to just 7 cars in the lead lap.
7 cars in the lead lap. Last car in the lead lap is Scott Crump. Battling. Hell, Tyler Fody sending it here. Laps to.
Fody's closing in again right here. This is where he needs to be a little closer and be able to get down here and just give him a bump in this corner. That bump in that corner would not wreck Chad. It would just upset his exit there. So if I'm Fody, that's what I'm setting up for, is trying to be close enough to bump him through the last corner. Staying right on him right now.
RC Anderson has just taken the white flag. 1 to go. We're going to keep our eyes on this battle for 4th here between Chad Frankfield and Tyler Fody. It is one heck of a battle. RC has a 12-second lead over Tate Lytle.
Gets right to his bumper right there in that section. Right on his bumper again. Just too far away through this last corner. White flag for these guys.
1 lap to go. RC taking. We'll keep an eye on this.
Contact, a little bump
Tyler
there.
gives him a bump.
As RC is going to come off the last corner. Take the checkered flag here.
Checker flag's out. We're going to go back to that battle. That's not the battle we want. We want this battle here, Chad Frank. Tyler RC Anderson has won. Tate Lytle in second.
Ooh, Chad misses the
here
corner
shortly.
a little bit. Fody's
Side
down
by
in the
side.
deciding.
Side by side.
Oh,
He sends him.
contact!
He sends him. Get back on. Oh my. Oh. Oh. Are they going to race this out?
They made contact and it spun out Chad, but
Chris, you know what? That was classy by Tyler Fody right there. He did not intend on wrecking Chad Frankenfield, but he waited and gave him that spot back. That
RC, Tate, Ethan Stanley.
Chad Frankenfield, Tyler Fody right there. Ethan Ellens. And Hogan running. Wow. You know what, Chris? That battle right there between Fody and Frankfield, that was incredible.
Yeah, lucky enough they had the room for Fody to sit there and let him get gone.
Pull up the results of today's race. As we mentioned, RC Anderson victory by 9.3 seconds over Lytle. Another 8 seconds back to Chad Frankfield, Tyler Fody. Saw that heck of a battle there. 4th and 5th as our drifts on the pit. Tim Burrell, Scott Crump, Matthew Wheat, Eric Garrison, Hogan rounding out the top 10. Trevor Elam, heck of a run there, up to 11th. Latham Joyner just behind him. 12th, Jesse Rasmus, Joe Campbell, Michael Hossack, Steve Carpenter, Harrison Talon, Wyatt Kindle, as Michael Goodman and Dustin Dorn rounding out the cars that finished here tonight. Those that left us: Tyler Pop, Justin Vandermeer, Silas, Michael Klein, and Josh Robin, all multiple laps down. Jonathan Cutlip, what a race!
Yeah, we seen. It was the RC Invitational. That's what I'm going to call it tonight. But if you take RC out of the equation, we had some great battles, some great racing. That battle there with RC with Chad and Fody there towards the end. You had Fody and Weeks. Curious how that's going to play out and what that's going to lead to. Weeks, I know, was pretty upset afterwards. Maybe he'll change his opinion when he sees the replay. But that's number 2 of 3 for this round. And next week doesn't really get much better for these boys. They go to Talladega next week.
That's correct, and it does look like we do have a couple of our finishers here, our top 3 finishers. Go ahead and bring up Ethan Stanley now. This is
All right, joining us now is Ethan Stanley. Ethan, take us through your night, everything that led to you ultimately being able to get a P3 here and a solid run here heading into Talladega next week.
Yeah, I mean, I had a pretty good run at the beginning. It's just tires really fell off for me, and I wasn't able to really keep them on. Even the second run, picked up a little bit of damage, and that pretty much sealed my fate to third. I couldn't fight for second with Tate, sadly.
absolutely, Ethan. And we saw some different strategies come into play tonight when it came to that final pit stop. What was going through your mind when it came to making that stop? Did you want to try to match RC and Tate as much as you could, or were you really thinking from the start, okay, we got to undercut and
I mean, it was kind of a split second decision. I mean, he got by me, Tate did, and I just wanted to undercut him so I can try to get back ahead of him and maybe fight him off towards the end of the race. But that damage, like I said, kind of took that away from me. But it was a good race.
yeah,
Yeah, it was like you said, it was a good race, but man, what we were calling it before you got up here was the RC Invitational. What do you need to go and get this guy on a road course?
I mean, probably a different car. I mean, I don't really. I'm not the best in the in the the B series cars. Um, maybe in the Cup cars next season, I might have something for him, but we'll see.
and Ethan, obviously next week we're heading uh round 1 finale at Talladega. How are you feeling heading into that one? Obviously, you should have a good buffer on that cut spot. Or are you just gonna go out there and have some fun and try to take the victory, or are you still gonna play it safe?
I mean, if the chance for a win comes, I'll definitely go for it. But the goal is just to kind of survive and you know keep my points when I can until the end of the season.
Well,
Absolutely.
and any sponsors or shout outs you wanna give here before we let you go, Ethan?
Yeah, shout out to my sponsors, Esports Furniture, Glitch Energy, Killer Jerky, 3Chi, and 213 Somewhere. And shout out to my team, Quantum Threat. Um, and shout out to you guys and everybody that makes the league happen. Chad, just you guys all make it happen and put on a great show.
Well, all right, Ethan. Good luck at Talladega next week, and good luck making a run deep into the playoffs here as the season winds down.
Yeah, thank you.
Stanley, tonight's 3rd place finisher. Chris, it doesn't actually look like Tate Lytle's here, which is Tate loves to talk, so I guess we'll go ahead and bring up RC Anderson here in a second to discuss the clinic he put on tonight.
All right, joining us now is race winner RC. RC is the RC Invitational tonight. Take us through your race, and I don't know what to ask. I mean, it was just a dominating race, start to finish. What were you thinking out there? Thinking about Wednesday already?
Yeah, a little bit. First off, I know Tate can't make the interview. He's got guests with very, very high decimal voices in the background, so he wanted me to thank days gone by and obviously Pro Edge Racing, and then you guys up here in the booth. and he ran a fantastic race. We finished 1-2, so I think we've seen each other up at the front a lot, so that was awesome. But yeah, it's just the road course. Sometimes I'm a little disappointed Tooker didn't show up. I think that would have been a really good race. I think you would have seen it a lot like how Chad and Fody were racing with me and Tooker. So I think that would have made it a lot more fun. Um, yeah, realistically, I feel like this race could have been like 45 laps. um, but yeah, it was a good night. Led most of the laps. It was just um, saving the rear tires. It was just making sure you save tire because the tire fall off was huge. It was really easy to burn off that left rear with all the right hand corners. And this car's not necessarily designed to turn right very well, so it made it a lot really tough. Um, but yeah, it was overall solid night for me. Let's see if we can do it at the road course on Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely, RC. And obviously, you put on a clinic tonight, so I'm not really gonna ask you too much about what you're driving because stellar. But when it came to that pit stop in the final half of the race, what was your marker for deciding when to come down pit road? Kind of go off of when Ethan Stanley went and try to put a gap on that, or was it just really whenever you felt that your tires needed?
I saw him pit early, but I knew he was struggling on tires. I think he was just struggling to keep the rears under him. He was really quick, pretty much almost same pace as me for I would say the first 5 to 10 laps of a stint. But then once the tires start to fall off, I felt like I was doing a better job with the rears, so I was able to drive away. But yeah, when I saw him pit, I knew he was about 7 or 8 seconds back. So it was, new tires is going to be like a second and a half or 2 seconds faster. So I figured if even if I stay out and as long as I have consistent laps um, that I'd be able to get back by him on the newer tires, even if he did undercut me and gets the lead. But the big marker for me, I was trying to get to halfway in that stint, always on the freshest tires you can possibly do. It's usually the route I go for road courses. It's whatever we go back green after the fun flag, whatever that halfway mark is to the end. Try to shoot for that lap, so you're always on the newer tires. Depends kind of on if you're in a group. Usually the undercut's the best way to go. But I really pitted that little bit early because I was running into some lap traffic and I didn't want to sacrifice a lot of lap time trying to go through lap traffic, not knowing if they'd let me by or if I was going to have to race them because they were racing for position. So I just decided, let me just get out of their way and pit. I think I pitted like 4 laps earlier than I wanted to, but then Tate got to lead a lap, get to his point, and he pitted right behind. But it was a pretty stellar race for us. And yeah, I'm just really excited for our IMS road course.
Yeah, now typically we want to ask about the race and everything and not get too far off topic, but I mean, tonight you were just out there running, so I'm going to ask you any pointers you can give us for Wednesday night to maybe have half the speed you've gotten tonight.
Well, are we running the new road course or is it the old one?
I believe so. Yes, Chad.
Yeah, the new road course.
Yeah.
That is all going to be brake related, big time, all on the brakes. That's where you're going to find most of your time with the big brake zones there. A lot of sharp 90-degree corners. That last corner is going to be a nightmare once you get past about 10 laps on tires, I think. I haven't got to do any laps around there yet, but I know whenever I've been there in real life, the make and break for lap time is usually on the brake pedal. Um, but yeah, no, it's big on the brakes and really it's because I think on the Cup car you get to adjust what your brake pads are, and it's finding the right balance there for you on what pedals you run. Like if you have a stiffer brake pedal, you can get away with running a little bit softer master cylinders because you have the more feel there. Or if you have a softer brake pedal, you might want to use the stiffer ones. It helps a lot when you can modulate that pressure. Um, but yeah, no, the road course stuff, it just takes a lot of practice. I mean, when I look at even my racing, I don't even really race that official stuff that much, but I have an A license in road course, and I don't even have an A license in oval. I don't run it too much, so that's where everybody else kicks my butt. But the road course is just where I've always been, so that's what feels natural to me. So it's just a lot of practice.
Absolutely. And just quickly before we get to your shout outs and thank one both of these races to start round number 1 here, and next week we're heading to Talladega where there's no pressure on you whatsoever. You're just gonna go out there and try to run up front all night and try to steal a victory, or are you still gonna play it safe, help your teammates out, and
I mean, and the realistic thing would be to push one of my teammates to a win, but unfortunately, I'm going to be in Sebring, so I think my travel schedule kind of worked out perfectly to where I'm not going to be able to make Talladega. I'll be in Sebring. And then I'll be back in time for the Wednesday Talladega race. So I'm just gonna miss Monday, and I believe are we racing Sunday in trucks this week coming up?
Yes, at Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think I might be missing that one too. But we'll try and see what we can do. Sometimes the travel gets in the way. I think that's the reason why I haven't got to compete for a championship too much in elite. I make it to the playoffs, and then I miss too many races, and now I'm out of the playoffs. So we'll see how many I can make. Make sure I try to keep myself in the hunt, and winning races is the best way to keep doing that. So we're gonna keep trying.
Well, all right, RC, we'll let you jump out of here. Of course, want to give you a chance to shout out your sponsors and any shout outs you want to give.
Yeah, Rayco Machine and Engineering Group. They're on every single one of my cars. I pretty much have this one interview for who to thank on lockdown, and it's a Pro Edge. Obviously, they're awesome. They're so much fun as a team. Not even because they're fast, is because they have so much fun during the races and during practice, and everybody's helping each other out. It's just a really good, I'd say, community and a team. And then obviously you guys up here in the booth, you guys do an awesome job. Watching these races back is a lot of fun. And then Chad, who runs the league, he did pretty good tonight. I think, yeah, he finished fourth, and him and Fody were having a massive battle. So he does an awesome job. He doesn't get to race with us as much as he really wants to, but running this many leagues is tough, and I appreciate everything he does there because I'm going to keep running these as long as I can.
Well, all right, RC, congrats on your win. You're 2/3 of the way through a first round sweep. You said you might not make next week, but we'll wait and see if you do make next week. So go for the clean sweep of the round here, and you're not letting anybody else sleep easy heading into the next round of the playoffs. Congrats on your win, and good luck on making a run at this championship.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Well, Robert, we saw a pretty exciting race here for a road course, obviously being a shorter track and a narrow track. But ultimately, it was probably the most dominating performance I've ever seen in Elite thus far in a stock car race.
Yeah, that was a clinic. Like, we used that word many times tonight, and we truly mean it. What RC Anderson did here at Lime Rock is something that we will not forget for a long. Ran so hard, so fast, was able to absolutely dominate it. We can't go without giving another shout out to Chad and Tyler for their battle there. That was impressive. What impressed me more, Chris, the fact that Tyler could have taken off and really taken that fourth place spot from Chad, but a guy like Tyler Fody has so much respect for the. He knows he went in too hard and Chad out, and he waited and gave Chad that spot back, and that goes a long way on track. Even if guys were not involved in the, certainly goes to those guys. Kudos to Tate and Ethan, top fives as well. Everyone else that put on a heck of a show tonight. It was very fun to watch, and I can't wait for.
Yeah, but as for us here tonight, we are loading up and heading out of Lime Rock, heading towards Talladega. So thanks for tuning in. For everybody here at Elite Racing Network, yourself, Robert, Dave was up here with us for a little bit. All of the great sponsors here in the Mrs. Goody's Goodies Grand National Series, Mrs. Goody's Goodies, TA Services, Blue Egg Marketing, and Britzy Cam. Tune back in on Wednesday to see us live doing some A-car action. Friday night, we're going to be back in action in the IndyCar Series. Next week, we'll have trucks, and we'll be back with you on Monday night, Talladega, as we end the first round of the playoffs. But until then, thanks for tuning in tonight, and we will see you next